Washed to the sea. To be free. Oh, he doesn't see. You guys have to check out on the website. There's Bridgie Blunts. If Bridgie's here, Bridgie Blunts are on the website. Go check them out. They're ridiculous. Bridgie Blunts. Hey man, it's me. I got the stuff. Yep. Bridgie Blunts gone live. Thank you, Shasta Lady. Blowing in the wind. Well, now let's turn some lights on. Mushroom Show. Let's turn some lights on the subject. Good morning. How many days does it take to colonize your tub and know you'll have medicine? How many years does it take to be a mycologist? It doesn't really take that long. How much leather do you need in your pants to be a good mycologist? A lot. Are we live? Okay. Good morning. Something in my eye. Give me a second. Good morning. Oh, do you guys think I'm done? I'm not done. We have one more goobalooby. Wait for it. You guys ready? Bridgie Blunt, for scientific purposes, please. Wait for it. You have to listen to this song. It's 2.5 minutes long. Only for a moment, and the moment's gone. Song. I hope you guys are saying hello to each other. That's what this time is. That's what we're all about for the early morning Tucson. Hello time. Let's get in the van. Get in, losers. We're going to Pops. I love this version. However, the original's amazing. We have to do a lot of reggae cover so they don't hit us on copyright violations. That's why you see Pops do that. Besides, Pops does a lot of reggae. I like reggae rhythm. I think my shrooms do too. What do you guys think? Hang on. Nothing lasts forever. Give me some more likes, please. Even if you don't like it, you like it for everybody else's sake. Lazy thumbs. You should be bopping a little bit. Come on. You know you like it, Whiskey. That was it. I told you it wouldn't last long. I wish it would last longer. Okay? Oh, what a beautiful morning. Good morning, my friends, all of you. We're going to do a Michael, MVP. MVP, I don't know if he's here this morning yet. Has anybody seen MVP? Is MVP in the house? Is MVP here? Help me. You know, he's that guy that's like almost 80, but he looks 32. I haven't seen him yet either. We'll wait on it and then. Okay. I think he's gone in the white. Yep, Sandy. Who's driving the white Ford Escape? Who's driving the white Ford Escape? Anyways, he won a prize yesterday, and he wrote to me, and he said, Pops, give it to a never winner before her. So I'm going to wait till he's here, and then we're going to give what he had won. We're going to give it back to you guys from him to never winner before hers. I want to speak to this for just a second. I don't know what happened yesterday. Mike Barabell, step up. Mike Barabell, would you please do me a big favor? Send me your address to the DetroitMushLab.com. I don't know why I'm screaming. I'll bring my voice down. Mike Barabell, send me your address. Came to my attention yesterday, you felt like I passed you over somehow. Mike, this is not true. You wrote, I won something, but Pops gave it to someone else. Oh, Mike, that's so not true. I would never do that to you. Don't take this thing personal, Mike. If something like that happened, guess what probably happened? There was a lag. You answered a question. Somebody else answered. My screen? That's the one I read, Mike. Okay, Mike, no, I didn't, and nor do you need to yell at me with your letters there. I did not pass you over. At your end, you may see you may have answered a question, and it seems like you answered it first. But on my end, I'm going off of what I see on the screen. And when people do this like you have done yesterday, and now it looks like you're not just going to say, okay, Pops, but you're capitalizing, which we don't need to do. I'm trying to set this record straight for you. Okay? So sometimes we get a lag, but I read what's on my screen, and I prefer to not have that questioned. It takes some of the joy away for everybody. Okay? So if you would do me a big favor, send me your address. Send me your address, and I'll get you a pack sent out to make up for any hard feelings that you may have about me having passed you over. Okay? And you do that. Okay? Well, so that will get done. Anyone else having the same feeling? Anybody else that has the same feeling? I don't mean this in a rude way at all. The last thing we want is somebody here thinking that Pop's rigged a contest. Okay? That's the last thing we need. The stuff grows on trees. Did you guys know? Okay, I've always kind of freaked out. Like, how does a horse, when a horse is sleeping? I know, man, bubblegum killer. Pops, I've seen the magnets on your spinner game. I've seen it. It goes to 1 every time. We haven't done the spinner game in a while, have we? We haven't done the winner game. Magnets on the spinner game. Kelly, I miss you. I was writing somebody a couple of days ago. Gosh, I miss her. I miss you guys. I'm like, this isn't enough. These few comments in the morning here where you guys crack me up. It's not enough. I know, Jesus Christ, 50-50. Why do you think we abandoned the spinner? It's right here. You guys are making me go nostalgic on you. There it is. What do you think? What do you think? There's no magnet back here, Kello. But I might have one in my hand, and you never know where I'm going to put it. Wait, let's spin it once, just for old time's sake. Let's spin it for old time's sake. If it ends up on a 1, I'm sending Kelly something. I am. I'm going to absolutely send Kelly something because he knows where the magnet is, okay? You guys want to play spin to win? Well, maybe we should just play. Wait, I'm going for a Kelly shot. This is for you, Kelly. This is for you. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, see, it's not rigged. It is not rigged, okay? Let's play spin to win. We're going to play. Pick a color. Pick a color. You guys got about 30 seconds to, you have to say your color out loud. Pick a color. Go. Pick a color. That gives us 6 choices, right? We have red, yellow, blue, orange, green, and purple. I don't know why I'm screaming this morning. Why am I so loud? Kelly, you cracked me up. The spin to win, Pops. Put a magnet behind there. Who does that? Is that a magnet in your pocket? Am I attracted to you? You're so out of line, Chris. Oh gosh. Okay. All your colors are in. This is going to be an honors program, right? You know what color you picked, or we're going to pick. Here we go. There's no magnet in my pocket, Chris. Here we go. Here we go. Who's moving forward? Reds. Reds are moving forward. King, you just got your number one. We haven't done this. It takes forever, that's why. Reds moving forward. Only Reds. Only Reds. Only Reds. Pick a number between pick 1, 2, or 3. Reds. If you're a redhead like Tammy in the 6th grade, if you remember my friend last week, the redhead, boom, here it is. Okay? Reds, pick a 1, 2, or a 3. You have about 1 minute to go. Okay? You have about 30 seconds. Good morning, Helen. Nice. Ellen. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There's no on-doors on here. Okay, here we go. I'm spinning 1, 2, or 3. I hope the Reds have picked. Go, Pops. Boop. It's a 2. It's a 2. Who's moving forward? Who got a 2? Who got a 2? Anybody got a 2? Who got a 2? We used to have somebody keep track of this for us. Who did it? I forget. Somebody was good at being the referee. Okay, we got a red 2. Saska Mojo's in the running. Anybody else? Or is Saska Mojo the winner? Does anybody else claim to have been a red 2? Anybody else a red 2? Only Saska. It was Kevin Keepintown. Okay. Okay, thanks. I bet you're right. Okay, Saska Mojo. Saska. For somebody wins a game in order to determine what they're winning. That's true, Kieran. That's true. Good call. Saska Mojo. Okay, you guys know it. The referee called it Saska. It's going to be a kind of a nice prize this morning, Saska. We went a little out. We went a little bit overboard. Saska, tiny bit overboard. Watch. You know, how do you know when Pops went overboard? How do you know when Pops went overboard? When he gets the scale out. When he gets the scale out, that's usually a good thing. Here we go. Saska Mojo. Had the mojo this morning. Saska. First of all, you need to know this is amazing. This is 3.5 plus. 3.5 plus. G-sters of the ghosty. Look at how blue that stuff is. So let's just go 3.5. That's an automatic. That's in the box automatically. We also threw a little bit of, maybe a little pop blend. Just a little puffy, luffy too. Couple of G's of that. Boop, that's in the box. Those are automatics. They're automatically in the box. Okay? You, Saska, have to make a decision. Do you want specimen number 1? Specimen number 1? Or would you like specimen number 2? Whichever one you don't pick goes in the other box today. Specimen number 1 or specimen number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Which one do you want? Saska's going 2-star. Let's see. Let's see what was behind door number 1. Wait a minute. That's a good one. Wait a minute. That's a good one. Do you guys want to see what was behind door number 1? Or do you just want to wait until door number 1, the next winner's already getting door number 1, but do you guys want to see what's behind door number 1? Well, yeah, Kimberly. Okay, here we go. Let's see if he made a good choice. He went with number 2. Number 1, oh wait, 2.43. 2.5 extra Thrasher G's. Number 2, no, he's got a good eye. He went for the 3-pack. He went for the 3-pack. Extra 3 grams. Boop. Drop that in the box. Saska Mojo. In order for you to get this from us, I'll need an address. The Detroit Mush Lab, all one word. Way heavier than Panda Poo, Eric. Okay? So that's another little treat. That's a Friday treat. Throw that in the box for Saska. Friday treats. This one will go in the next box. If you guys are sticking around, somebody will get this in a little while. Okay? Let's talk mycology. I'll need, let's see. Excuse me, I forgot to do something. 1 second. Saska. I don't usually keep colonized plates here. They're over at there. Okay. I have a whole closet filled with them. Probably have 100 plus plates going right now, maybe more. I should have had one here for this morning, but I probably wouldn't have done it anyways, because we're going to do a procedure sitting right here, remembering that it's not really under a still air box and it's not underneath a laminate flow hood, both of which I would have. I mean, one or the other I would be using for today. Okay. But we're still going to go through a demonstration here using what we have here, okay? So let's start. If you have a Radical Mycology book, we're going to pop to page 1 second. We're going to pop to page 239. I'm going to actually start on 237. Okay, I'll take that back. Let's go to 239. We're going to go back to that on Monday and Tuesday. We're going to actually do the cloning. We're going to clone, right? We're going to be cloning. Believe it or not, some people ask, is it possible to reanimate a dried fruit? The answer is yes. Is it the easiest thing to do and always the most successful? No. So it's fun to do, however. But we're going to do clones next week. Today, let's talk about plate-to-plate transfers. Okay? Remembering that we've colonized plates. Yesterday, we colonized a plate with some liquid culture. I looked at it today, and you could see it's a barely starting. I probably, as I look at the plate this morning in my tent, I probably should have put a slightly larger sample on there. The dot I put on was so small that it's small. But you can still see that there's just a touch of mycelium in there that wants to become something. Okay? So yes, you can clone something that's dry eventually. We'll talk about that. All right? But let's say you've inoculated or you've begun the colonization on a plate. Today, what we're going to be talking about is when you take a plate that, unfortunately, I don't have one here, as I mentioned, but you're going to take a plate that's fully colonized. So let's say this is our colonized plate. Okay? I'm going to sacrifice a couple of plates for the sake of showing you this. But we have a colonized plate. We started that plate. In several days, visible areas of mycelium should appear on the plate as the spores begin to germinate and mate. Distinct sectors will be apparent. Some of these mycelial networks will have very different appearances from others, while otherwise similar looking areas will butt up against each other and form boundary ridges, signifying incompatibility. This is if you were starting with spores. If you were starting with spores, you'll see certain ones don't want to mate with others, so they butt up against each other and they create a little ridge. And sorry, I'm not going to keep growing, but over here I am. Okay? There's a constellation of strains. We're going to, for the purposes of what we're talking about here, we're already working with a plate that is colonized and it's isolated and it's a going strain. All right? We're not going from spore to plate. We're going from plate to plate. Does this make sense? When we go from plate to plate, we already have a fully colonized or well colonizing plate, and we want to continue that particular strain on more plates. Okay? So, in order to do that, from a single cell, once a plate is well myceliated, pieces of the tissue are then moved to storage. We'll put them in slants. I put a picture up this morning. I call it the gen vault, the genetics vault. I put a picture of the little corner in the big closet that we keep all of our plates going. It's our slants. And in there, that's the mothers that I can start more plates or more LC, or those are the strains that I've cloned up to the point wherever they are. That right there is that corner in that picture. If you'll check it out on IG a little bit later, that corner, it represents a couple of years worth of heavy duty laboratory work. It's the neatest, funnest. Every once in a while I just go like Rumpelstiltskin or one of those dragons that count their gold. I go and open it up and go, my precious. That little corner is my precious. I thought I just saw a picture, something about fluffy mycelium. Typically, fluffy mycelium is a tomentose rather than actually the rhizomorph part of the mycelium. It's not our favorite part to take out of a plate to donate to another plate. Can you? Yes. It's not the strongest way to start a new plate. Let me see if I have a picture here. One second, I'm sorry. Here's a good picture. That's rhizomorph. Whew. Shouldn't have hit that button. That's rhizomorph. Hops, come on. When we're going to be talking about, we're going to want to take out of, the book tells us the leading edge. What's the strongest point of this mycelium on this plate? What's the strongest point? The actual mycelium that's growing outwards and it's eating this nutrients on the plate and it's moving and moving outwards. This one in here, it's already pretty much eaten. It's pretty much as full as it's going to get, and it's just sending out more spitzencorpers. And those spitzencorpers are all shooting the vasicles out to these tips and making them grow out and out and out. So the most active place on your plate are going to be this outer edge. I personally don't go exactly to this outer edge. I go to one of these outer edge inner trunks, like a little trunk. I take the fork. I try to get a little fork. So you'll notice that on my sample, this piece right here in the center, that's a piece that we cut out of another plate and we put in the center of this plate to start this plate. That's the process we're going to show you right now. When I use this center, when I cut this piece out of another plate, I try to get a little towards my leading edge, one of the trunks, one of the Ys. Okay? Once a plate is well myceliated, boop, we'll call that one the plate. Well, let's pretend we're working with that plate. Okay? And the answer is yes, overjoyed. Will the plate still be good if I cut into it? Yes, if I stay completely aseptic in all my procedures, I can close that plate back up, have a little piece cut out of it, close the plate back up, and continue it colonizing and or doing whatever you want to do with it. Yes, you can cut a piece out and not damage the whole thing. Chances are you may have contaminated it. So typically if I open a plate, I'm going to use it all. I'm going to use it up for whatever I'm going to use it up for. Normally, this is a true story. Normally, if I'd say I have a plate like that. Well, let me go through the process first, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? Plate-to-plate transfer. Once a plate is well myceliated, pieces of the tissue are then moved to storage, to my slants, and then other little pieces are put on a new plate. Plate-to-plate transfers are generally done for the following reasons. To deal with contamination. Discussed soon. We'll get to that. To expand the mycelium from one plate to many, thereby bulking up the amount of mycelium. That's usually why we do it. I take one plate and I want to turn it into about 8. I can usually get about 8 out of one plate. I can find about 8 nice spots. I look for that. Sometimes I don't get that many, but I try to get about 8 bites out of my myceliated plate to start new plates. They're also done to test the response of a given strain to different concentrations of chemicals mixed in agar. For example, I have made my own fancy agar recipe. I'm going to go with the plate-to-plate transfer. I'm going to take a piece off of my ciliated plate, put it on my freshly poured, recipeed agar plate, and I can watch it grow compared to another plate with a different recipe. I would take, if I'm testing my recipes, I would take samples to test my recipe plates. I would take all my samples off the same plate. And that makes sense, right? What materials do we need to do a plate-to-plate transfer? We need one clean Petri dish. That's going to be the one that we're going to transfer into. Okay? We also need one Petri dish that is colonized. He says 2/3 covered in mycelium. Okay? The answer is yes, overjoyed. That's exactly what we do. Do? That's exactly what we do. Okay? We'll get to that. One Petri dish. You want one clean Petri dish. You want one Petri dish that's myceliated. You want plate wrapping material. That means our tape. We have our parafilm tape here. You want a scalpel. And you want a sterilizing tool. That's all I'm going to need. These right here. And the operation that we would be doing is underneath a still air box or working in front of a laminar flow hood. Under aseptic conditions, now you're in the flow, now you're in front of your flow or you're in your still air box. You've got gloves on. You have sprayed everything down with isopropyl 70%. So you're clean. You're aseptic as can be. This is very important on plate-to-plate transfers. I'm much, much more high wire act on liquid culture. I don't worry about it as much. When I'm working with agar, when I'm working with plates, especially let's say I spent 20 days colonizing a plate, I got this beautiful strain in there. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk the biscuit by not being incredibly clean and good with my procedures at this point. Okay? This is not a time to cut corners. So under aseptic conditions, I'm going to read through the steps, and then we're going to do it. Okay, I'm glad to see you, MVP. We're going to do a giveaway of your stuff here as soon as I'm done with this demonstration. Okay, give me 5 people that are... You guys, how do we only have 48? There's 80 people, and only 48 people are liking this. I feel like I should stop. I'm not being a baby, but it's like this can't be something you're liking. It can't be. Like, I feel like, what am I... Should we move on to something else? And I don't mean that in a mean way. I honestly don't. Either that or hit the likes, because it's not for you. Remember that. Boop. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read what we're supposed to do. Under aseptic conditions, you unwrap both plates. You sterilize your scalpel with the heat source. Clamshell the fresh open plate and stick the tool in the agar to cool it. Remove the tool without touching anything and close the plate. Clamshell the myceliated plate open and cut out a piece of mycelium roughly 1 centimeter from the leading edge of the culture. Take care not to disturb the mycelium too much, as it's already being shocked just from the cut. Close the plate. Clamshell the fresh plate open and place this myceliated agar piece into the plate. I often get asked this question. Mycelium side up. So when I'm taking my piece out of here and I'm transferring it to my fresh poured plate, I'm not turning it over where the mycelium side is now squished as an Oreo sandwich. You want your mycelium side up. Remove the tool without touching anything. Close the plate. Wrap it. Label it with the date and species strain and place it in your incubation space. 8 easy steps. Okay? I'm going to do them in front of us. We're going to do it right here in front of us. Now, there was a trick in here. I don't know if you caught it. What he said is after. Let's do this. So, we're going to call this one the myceliated plate. And this is the one that we're going to be transferring into. Okay? You can see why I didn't want to do one with a real myceliated plate right here in front of us. But we're going to take, this is the myceliated plate. We're going to take a little chunk out of this, and we're going to put it into this one. What it told us, and here's another thing that I do. I'm only going to do one in front of you, but let me show you something. You usually never do one at a time. You're usually going to take one plate. I do. I'm going to take one plate and I'm going to get at least, sometimes I'll get up to 8, but I'm going to get 5, 6 good donor spots out of this plate. After that, it's going to look like a plate with a bunch of holes in it. Swiss cheese. I'll take what's left of that and I'll have a jar of spawn already ready to go, sterilized. And I'll take what's left of this and drop it into that jar, and that'll start a jar for us. So I don't waste what's left of that plate. So I'll always have a jar sitting in the same clean air space, and that'll be the very last thing I do with this plate is I'll take it and I'll put the rest of it into that jar. Okay? But let's do one of these. Oh, and let's pretend I'm doing more than one of these at a time. How we do that is we stack them like this. Here's all my fresh plates that I'm ready to donate to. Here's my donor plate. And how I'll do this is I'm going to flame my scalpel. My very first one here on top of the stack. Now, another thing really important, never be like having your sleeve reach over or your hands, anything, nothing should be reaching past anything that you're working on. These should all be at the end of your reach. So the only thing that you're really ever getting to is just your fingers are just going to touch the outside lid of this plate. After it's been hot, I'm going to open up the donor plate, the blank plate, and I'm going to put this hot, sterile knife, just lightly touch it into that agar. You'll hear a little sizzle. Zzz. You've just cooled the knife off enough that I can now come over here. I'm going to excise, I'm going to clamshell this open. I'm going to excise a little piece out of this. I'm going to take it back over. I'm going to put it in here. And now I'll take this plate off of the top of the stack and move it over here to the side. And then I'll work with the next one. I don't have my steak. If I'm gonna donate to 8 plates, I don't have 8 plates spread around. Because invariably I'm gonna have to reach across one to get to the other. So if you're gonna work with more than one plate at a time, keep them stacked. So you're only risking exposure to the top plate. That's making a little bit of sense, just in terms, I know many of us know that. But if you're going to be working with more than one plate underneath in a clean air space, keep them stacked and only work with the top plates at a time. Okay? So here we go. We're going to take one out of here and we're going to put it in here. Okay. So I would have my flame going. I'm going to go to my flame, heat up my scalpel till it's red hot. I'm going to clamshell this open. Just like that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut a little piece out. Just like that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take that little piece. I'm going to put it on the plate. Just like that. Usually if I'm doing 8 or 10 at a time, now this moves over. I go to the next one on top of the stack. It goes over and stacks on top of this one. And then I'll wrap them all at the same time. But in this case, we'll just do one. So after you have donated that, you'll want to wrap it carefully. One wrap. Then you can label it with your strain, date, any other information that you want to put on there. And then this plate is starting to miss pieces. And I can take a few out of this one, turn it into a little piece of Swiss cheese, and then I'll take what's left of the slice of cheese and I'll go start a jar. That is all there is to it. Give me 5 people that say that was pretty cool. Wait till next week. Wait till next week. Wait till we clone. Thank you for hitting the likes too, by the way. We're right back up there with the likes. Good job. Pretty cool. Simple process. Thanks for paying attention to that one. This is mycology fun. Don't you guys want to like run out and get plates and a scalpel? I want to go downstairs and do some more. I was downstairs doing some fun stuff early this morning. It was cool. MVP is going to do a giveaway. Never winner befores. Never winner befores. Isn't it good? Exception. We've had a really strong week on the tutorials, haven't we? We've done a really good job on the tutorials here. And the best part is all the questions you guys ask. Hey, real quick, I feel bad. I've always liked Jay Leno. For whatever reason, through the screen. And this isn't meant as gossip in any way, I promise. His recent catching on fire. Suppose he got like a very badly burnt face and badly burnt. And the only reason I'm mentioning him right now is it hits me. It hit me when I first heard about that. I was jealous of his cars. I would have loved the attachment of all of those cars that he has. Oh man, this guy's got the world-class collection of the greatest things. Billions of dollars worth of stuff. He's pretty generous with it, it seems, etc. That's the coolest thing. That's how he got burnt up. With playing with his attachments. I thought about that. I was like, man, I wouldn't take one of his cars. I wouldn't take 15 of his cars to experience what he's experiencing now. Life is funny. We sit around, we think, oh, this guy's got it made. He's got everything going on. No, he's in the hospital burnt from head to toe, like half his body. He's not the happiest billionaire in the world right now. He's not the happiest car collector in the world right now. I'm not blaming him. I'm talking about life. All of those attachments. And there end up it's the irony of it. And they're the things that end up getting you. It would have never happened if he was trout fishing or... I don't mean Jay. Don't get me. It's not just Jay. I'm talking about anybody in that. I'm just using this example. Please don't. This isn't about Jay. This is about anybody that's got those attachments. How quick it all can go burnt. Boop. So I was thinking about that. It made me really put it together in my head. What am I? What am I? I am the world's... this is for... Wait. Never winner befores only. Participate in this one. Never winners before. Okay? Never winner before's only. So be careful what you're attached to, you guys. Maybe have none at all. Just be out trout fishing or at the convalescent hospital helping Mary Jane. If you're at the convalescent hospital singing to Mary Jane, the worst thing that happens is you get rolled over by a wheelchair or something. Never winner before's are the only ones that I would like to answer this question. What am I? I am the world's largest toy distributor. That's right, Truzo. I am the world's largest toy distributor. What am I? Never winner before's only. Hasbro, Lego. Hasbro, world's largest distributor of toys. Toy distributor. Mattel. See, I'm reading them straight off my screen over here, Mike. Just as I see them on my screen. Thankful got it already. McDonald's. Thankful. McDonald's is the right answer. I was surprised by that. I guess they're, when they're giving away one in every gift pack or something, it's toy distributor is McDonald's. I am 3 times more frequented than Starbucks. Speaking of Jay Leno, Shania Twain, James Franco, and Jeff Bezos all worked at me. I used to own Boston Market and Chipotle. I have the most recognizable logo in the world. And here's an odd one I didn't know. I am the largest employer in Great Britain. How many hamburger flippers are there in Great Britain? I am the largest employer in Great Britain. Everybody on my block works at McDonald's. Wow. I'm sorry, the winner of that was Thankful, who says he bows gracefully. MVP donating to you a Pops pack, 10-pack, and this was, I think, 3 to 4 grams of little Ghost Crunchies. So we're going to get those out to you. This was the MVP pack. Going out to you, Thankful. And I'm thankful you did that, MVP. MVP could afford to do that, he said. He said, Pops, I can afford to do this. Have you seen how much fruit I'm getting out of my tubs now? And I'm going, it doesn't surprise me one bit, young man. It doesn't surprise me one bit. You know why? Because you're a grinder. That guy, from what I know of him, he's a grinder. You guys, I'm going to do a little, it's Friday. I have about 7 or 8 more minutes of your attention. May I indulge it in something slightly spiritual? May I indulge it in something slightly spiritual? It won't be long, and I won't be too long-winded. Okay? It's the Book of Awakening. There's something in here I'd like to read. I was awakening this morning, and I was like, this is a good awakening right here. It's not that long, but it's going to be a good way to end Friday. Our time for 1 week together. This week has flown by, Kieran. Flown by. Starts out with a little poem, more or less. Oh, by the way, I didn't say them here. Oh, I should have. I will Monday. Oh, jeez. Let me see. I just saw Haig's name pop up on here. You guys, he's kind of shy. He isn't showing you what he's doing out there. He's trying to compete with Pops. He was showing me a picture. He has about 120 tubs going. Haig's has like 127 tubs going right now. Haig's, show him a picture later. Post a picture of some of the fruit you're growing. He's got about 127 tubs. He's killing it. Rather the flying bird leaving no trace than the going beast marking the earth. Much of our anxiety and inner turmoil comes from living in a global culture whose values drive us from the essence of what matters. At the heart of this is the conflict between the outer definition of success and the inner value of peace. Unfortunately, we are encouraged, even trained, to get attention when the renewing secret of life is to give attention. We've been programmed to get attention when the truth of life, the real way to peace, this author argues, and now I'm 60 plus and now I'm doing it, I argue he's right, is to give attention. T's giving attention. Did you know that? We're giving attention to each other. Every comment here that is then responded by another, or even just saying something out loud, you're not getting attention, you're giving it. Do you notice the difference? It's true. There's nobody here jumping up and down, oh, pay attention to me right now. That's not what you're doing. That's not what happens here. Except me. But I try not to do that too much. We're encouraged, even trained to get attention when the renewing secret of life is to give attention. From performing well on tests to positioning ourselves for promotions, we are schooled to believe that to succeed, we must get attention and we must be recognized as special. When the threshold to all that is extraordinary in life opens only when we devote ourselves to giving attention, not getting it. That's good, Mycology. Look what Mycology at home just said. Things come alive for us only when we dare to see and recognize everything as special. The longer we try to get attention instead of giving it, the deeper our unhappiness. It leads us to move through the world of dreaming of greatness, needing to be verified at every turn, when feelings of oneness grace us only when we verify the life around us. It makes us desperate to be loved, when we sorely need the medicine of being loved. One reason so many of us are lonely in our dream of success is that instead of looking for what is clear and true, we have learned, programmed, to covet what is great and powerful. It's true. Look at your programming. One reason we live so far from peace is that instead of loving our way into the nameless joy of spirit, we think fame or attachments will soothe us. And while we're busy dreaming of being a celebrity, we stifle our need to see and give and love, all of which opens us to the true health of celebration. It leaves us with these choices: attachments, fame, or peace. Be a celebrity or celebrate being. Work all our days to be seen or devote ourselves to seeing. Build our identity on the attention we can get, or find our place in the beauty of things by the attention we can give. The Book of Awakening. It sounds like such a platitude, but it's only in giving that you can receive. I like what Mycology said. Be a creator, not a consumer. You're automatically going to be consuming just because you're here. I hope you're creating more than you're consuming. That was good stuff, right? Let's do a final giveaway today. I was reading that this morning. I said, that is an outstanding way to close out a beautiful week that we've spent together. What am I? What am I? My official language is Sanskrit. What am I? My official language, thank you, Taddy, you're great stuff. My official language is Sanskrit. I'm India. I'm Egyptian. What am I? I'm Hindu. I'm the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm Egyptian. I'm Hebrew. I'm Sounds Great Bridgie. I'm Mongolia. I'm I'm Out. I'm Sumerians. I'm Uttarakhand. I'm Denmark. I'm the Byline Egypt. I am part of the routine for 11% of Americans. 11% of Americans, and my official language is Sanskrit. 11% routine. The Nuki, Saudi, religion, 8th schedule to the Constitution. I'm Super Spooker, says I'm yoga, and he is right. Super Spooker, kill it, kill it, kill it. It's yoga. Yoga. The elderly perform me seated in chairs. David Beckham, Lady Gaga, and Madonna all swear by me. For an authentic experience doing me, make the room 100 degrees with 50% humidity. What is that, the yoga tub? Is that the conditions for a yoga tub? It wants 100 degrees with 50% humidity inside the yoga tub. Okay? My official language is Sanskrit. I'm the 11% of American routine. And I didn't know this one. I have 66 official stances and poses, Kieran. Kieran, you do yoga. 66 official stances and poses in a 100-degree, 50% humidity tub. It doesn't mention a thing about FAE. I would think I'd like, right, Sam? Wouldn't I would like a little FAE, though, in the middle. Is there any FAE in the yoga? Super Spooker, you already know what you got. We already waited in front of you 2 point something. Okay? Hot yoga. I love you guys so much. Gosh, we're funny. We're really funny people. You know that. Super Spooker, let's get this Smoke It Oak to you. Don't smoke these. Smoke these, but don't smoke these. Okay? Smoke yes, smoke no. I don't know what you want to do with this one, bro. So get me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab. Super instructions are clear, Pops. Get me your address, Soupy. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Your name is Soupy. Remember Soupy Sales, the comedian Soupy Sales? Way too goofy for me. I like Red Skelton, though. Clem Cadiddlehopper. Can I see you guys here next week? Give me 5 people before I go. Give me 5 people that said this was a good week. I'll wait right here, and then I'll scroll out after I see it. 5 people say this was a good week. We got a lot done. You know we did. If you don't say it, This could be a torture tool. Myco torture. Okay? I'm threatening you if you don't push the like button. Next Monday, if you don't push the like button, who knows what could happen to you? I thought you were supposed to teach kindness, Pops. Would you guys get out of here? Go have a wonderful weekend. I mean that sincerely. Do your Myco. Get some tubs going. Let's talk Myco and spiritual stuff next Monday. Have a great weekend. I love you guys to the bottom of my heart. Thanks for being here. I don't want to go. See you later. Same much time, same much channel. Overjoyed Nitty Nat and Sandy Mandy and MVP. Thanks for the donation, MVP. And Mushmouth and Jimmy Mickey Mac. Sherry, we got it all figured out. We're good. Nitty Nat and Bubblegum and Rubble Rob. Faye, there you are, girl. Go to your timeout corner. I know, I deserve it, Faye. I'm a bad man. Glastron, Anon, Jessica, thank you. Spoonie, RX, and Jimmy Max, and Anon, and Nerdy, and Saska has the mojo. Someone said Saska has the mojo. Is it true? Pittsburgh, Super Spooker, Overjoy, Jessica McDaniel, Joe Doobs, thankful, thank you, thank us, Ladran Leonard, Lataddy. That's my guy, Mushy Whiskey. Bring your wrestling outfit, Bridgie, what do they call him again? Bridgie Blunts. Go grab a few. Be careful, though. Be very careful. You have to be very careful. MVP, ALR, Hager, Silly Gal, Haig. Expect some kind of something in the mail pretty soon. Laura, B Divine, Jesus Christ in Australia. RX1's Truzo, Penny Pack, there's a pretty lady. Jackie Cat, just as pretty. ALR, King Metro, Faye, Tin Can, Laddie Ran, MVP, Royce, Desi, Mycology, Eric, The Slick, Hottie, Sandman, Censored, Leonard, that dude Ortiz, man, it's Ortiz, vato. Yo, vato, ¿qué pasó, Colorado? ¿Qué onda? Jessica, Savage, Sling Blade, Tin Cans, Nitty Nat, Jessica, keep your yoga pants on, Savage, Mushmouth, David, Shasta Lady, psst. I got the stuff. Bridgie, Royce, MVP, Sylvan, Eric, Tony G, Exception, have a great... You there, bro? Are you there? It's Pops. Face put me on timeout. Tin Can, Jackie Cat, Royce Rios, Mycology at home, Faye. Overjoyed Dave's not here, man, but Pops is. Would you guys go do something? Go do Mycology. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. Go make friends. This is too fun. I'm not leaving. I'm just going to sit here. Jessica, I can't leave. I'm just going to... I'll see you guys Monday. I'll be right here. Somebody's going to change my yoga pants for me, though. I got to change my yoga pants. Somewhere between now and Monday. I'm going to change my yoga pants, I'm pretty sure. I'm not leaving, though. I'm pretty sure, like, they could just... How do you do it? They just bring you your food here? You guys are like, I'm staying too, then. I'm not leaving. I have things to sterilize. What's wrong with me? Because it's only been an hour and 10 minutes. I usually go an hour and 15. I feel like I have 4 more minutes to riff. Would you guys have a great weekend? ALR, you got the stuff. It's me. I got the yoga pants. It's me, man. I got the yoga pants on. It's me. I've got some panda tea. Open up, man. Get out of here. Have a great weekend. Bob's Marathon.